Hi everybody, I want to show you how to make this 4x4 thank you card. It has the teeny tiny tag that says thanks so much on it with a starfish. I started off with this starfish. I cut it out on the Cricut. I think it's about 2.5 inches and it's from the Created Critter cartridge. So I took the star, I used my Stampin' Up pumpkin pie ink, and I sponged the edges of it all the way around. And then with the pumpkin pie ink, I also stamped the thanks so much. And it's from the tiny tags from Stampin' Up in their catalog. Has all those little greetings on it that fits with the jewelry tag punch. I already did that ahead of time because I have to make 8 of these my mom asked for, and I punched it out. There, can you see it? There it is. And I put it on some linen thread. I poked it with my pokey thing, my paper piercer, and I wiggled it around to make a big hole to get the linen thread through it. So that's what I did with the pumpkin pie. And then for my card base, I started off with a 4x8 piece of Whisper White. I scored it down the middle, and there's the front of our card. And I took a piece of Tempting Turquoise, and we're going to attach that to the front. And that is cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. It's just a square. I like the square cards. They're one of my favorites. And I just put that right on the front. And we're going to set that aside with our other pieces. And I took a piece of Whisper White, and this is 5/8 by 3 5/8. And I punched out the 1 3/4 scallop circle on a piece of Whisper White, just a scrap piece of paper. And I'm going to take my Tempting Turquoise, open it up here, my Tempting Turquoise sponge, and we're going to make clouds. So you just place it on your paper and sponge that. And you do it all over your page, and even go over the spots that you already sponged, just so you're not getting bright white clouds. And it looks really neat whenever it's all finished. And I'm going to put a layer of sand at the bottom here so I don't have to go all the way down. Let's see if you can see that a little bit better. Can you see that? How it makes the clouds on there with the scallop? So I did that first. And I did that first before I put it on my card front, because you don't want your clouds on your layers, obviously. And then I took a piece of Very Vanilla, and this is also cut at 3 5/8. I'm just going to take it and tear the top of it, and I'm going to pull it towards me so I get the core of the paper showing. And I took my Sahara sand, and I'm just going to sponge this too, just to give the sand a little bit more definition. Once I start sponging, I can't really stop. So I sponge that all the way around. And on the original card that I made, I used chocolate chip, which I like a lot for the sand. But my mom said, no, it's a thank you for the Caribbean. It has white sand, so I changed it to the Very Vanilla with the Sahara sand ink. Okay. Next, we're going to put our sand on. Use my adhesive, my snail adhesive, or whatever you like to use. Put that on the front, and then we can adhere this to the front of our card. Have you ever put it on upside down or on the wrong side of your card? I have to say I've done that a few times. And since it's only 1/8 of an inch smaller, you only have a little bit of that Tempting Turquoise showing. And I'm getting too much, of course. Okay, so I put that on the front. And then, using my dimensionals, my Stampin' Up dimensionals, I took 2 of them, and on my tiny tag, I put it where I want it, if it'll go, and then I put my dimensionals over top to hold it on there. And then we'll peel these off. Maybe. And then I'm going to trim off the extra twine or linen thread so you don't see it. And then I'm going to take my starfish that I sponged and place it right over top there, on top of the dimensionals. And you can, before you put this on, you can always curl it with your bone folder just to break up the fibers, just to give it a little bit more dimension. I think I did that on my first card. And there you have a simple thank you card with a starfish. Thanks for watching. Bye.